Get ready for a fact that might just change the way you think about yourself. I'm not kidding. And it's this. You are only 44% human.
No, really, just let that sink in for a second. What if the body you're in, the one you call me, isn't entirely, well, you?
Now, this sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, I know, but it's based on some absolutely incredible and very real science. So, let's dive into the discovery that kind of turns our whole idea of being human on its head. Okay, so the key to this whole thing is something called the human microbiome. And we're not talking about a few germs here and there. This is a massive, thriving community, trillions of tiny organisms that have set up shop in and on your body. So, we've known about these little guys for a while, but back in 2016, a really important study decided to do something new. They decided to actually count them, to do a full-on cellular census of the human body. And what they found was just mind-blowing. They came back with this number, 56%. Before I even tell you what it is, just look at it. What could possibly make up more than half of you? And there it is. 56% of the cells that make up your body are not human cells. They're bacteria, they're microbes. Which means, if you're just counting cells, you are officially more microbe than human. Wild, right?
I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute. How is that even possible? If that were true, wouldn't we, I don't know, notice? It's a completely fair question, and the answer is actually pretty cool. You see, the whole paradox, the whole secret, hinges on one simple thing. What exactly are you measuring? Because if you measure by one metric versus another, you get a completely different picture. And here is the solution to the puzzle. Check this out. If you do a simple head count, one by one, the microbes are the clear winners, making up 56% of your total cells. But if you put all those cells on a scale and weigh them, our human cells make up pretty much all of our body weight, 99.7% to be exact. The microbes are just a tiny 0.3%.
So why the huge difference? It's just simple geometry, really. Your human cells are absolute giants compared to these tiny microbial cells. You can cram billions and billions of bacteria into a space where only a few of your human cells would fit. So yeah, they totally outnumber us, but they barely even tip the scales.
So let's reframe this. This isn't about being less human. It's about realizing that being human is way more complicated and frankly way cooler than we ever thought.
I mean, this chart just lays it all out there. When you look at the raw numbers side by side, it's undeniable. The microbial cells have a speed. Our 44% provides the blueprint, the architecture, but we are definitely not living in this body alone. You know, the research paper itself summed up this whole mind-bending idea perfectly. It said, while we are 99.7% human by weight, the sheer number of microbial cells outnumbers our own. So, if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's a totally new way of seeing yourself. Don't think of yourself as just a single person. Think of yourself as a walking, talking ecosystem. Your human cells built the house, sure, but you're sharing it with trillions of roommates. And these aren't just lazy roommates either. They're essential partners, helping with digestion, our immune system, even our mood. They keep the whole operation running. Which brings us right back to that big philosophical question. If more than half the living cells that you carry around every day aren't human at all, then what does it really mean to be human? Maybe the answer is that it was never a solo act to begin with.